Good afternoon, good afternoon. I am SandGrain1 and this is episode 18 of the Sandpack series. The plan for today is to create a system that can change these oil capsules into fuel capsules. We're going to use a squeezer to pop the capsules to free the oil. Then a refinery will refine it into fuel. And then there will be a bottler that will put the fuel on a new set of capsules because the squeezer actually destroys the capsules. So that's the plan for today. It's going to be a mostly temporary location. The base here is still pretty much a mess. Oh yeah, I've made these landmarks, let's call them that. It's 5 chunks between that one and this one, and there will be 2 similar ones in a corner over there and over there. And it's right at the edge of the chunk there. It's actually outside the chunk. You can see I have a quarry there marked up the area that will be my base, and we'll try to fill the entire 5 by 5 chunk with base, and it's going to be a tall one. But I don't want to make it what should call it, a large box either. So I need to think of a design of some sort. But yeah, oil capsules. Just pop it down here for now. The reason I build this now without any specific location is that I'm out of fuel capsules. I'm completely out. I'm now using biofuel. There's one thing here that I want to show you before we build anything. And it's about gates and gate interaction with the centrifuge. Let's do space for inventory. This is now true because it's space for inventory. Let's do the same here on top. Say, I could let them light up perhaps. Can you see? So then what happens if we fill it? You can see that only this one became false. This one is still true, and which means I presume that we are meant to feed input into the chest from the side of the squeezer and not from the top. The top input is probably for this slot here, or no, perhaps this one for capsules. I'm not entirely yeah, probably to feed in capsules. This is actually an output slot when I think about it. Once in a while I will get a little bit of beeswax here when I squeeze these oil capsules, but I'm getting very little beeswax. So you can almost ignore it completely. So it is possible to feed the squeezer from the top as well. And I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to use an intermediary, a buffer. The hopper is going to act as a middleman. Actually, I'm going to need that one there. Yeah, going to act as a middleman because if I put anything there, it will fall down into these slots here. So this is going to work. I just wanted to point out that if you send in the things from any of the sides, you can actually use a gate to measure these in these slots here, and you don't need to worry about the others. Actually, one thing I haven't thought about before. I can't put anything here because that would prevent the beeswax from appearing here. And I can't use these slots either, I think. Because I don't want... because if I put empty capsules here to tell the squeezer that there is something in here, maybe that would change the state of the gate on top. The problem with it that I want to extract the oil with waterproof pipes. I don't want anything to be filled in capsules here. So I'm probably going to do it like this. Fairly straightforward build this, I think. So yeah, this is going to be the input chest for oil capsules. It's going to be pumped up into this as long as there is room here for more capsules. This is an extraction pipe. It's going to remove any beeswax. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how much beeswax I'm going to get, but it's I think it's maybe 3 or 4 beeswax per stack of capsules, so it's a huge loss. It's almost so that I could just ignore it completely, just void pipe it or something. Let's start with these here, the systems around the squeezer. This will just simply extract the beeswax, as I said, and this is going to fill the hopper basically with oil capsules. So the hopper, so we're going to send a red signal when the hopper is empty, I think. There is 9 slots here, which means that these extra 4 slots is almost only in the way. So we're going to so this state here will just will stop the flow of item when one slot here has one oil capsule. And here when the red pipe signal is coming in and the pipe is empty, then send an energy pulse. So that should give us one capsule at a time until all these 9 slots has 1 stack each, and then one item will pop here and turn off the flow. I didn't want to do that. And this was okay. So that's the first step. This should give me oil. I will move the oil here all the time. Yeah, let's take 1 bucket at a time instead of storing a lot of oil in this pipe. And then we take it out of take the fuel out of the refinery. I want to prime the refinery here as well. Just tell it that do not accept any other resource other than fuel, oil. Do not make anything else than fuel. So this should give us fuel here. And then we pipe it, let's see, 3 engines and down to a bottler, like so. Actually, I could do it like this, I think. I think I can do it like this. That won't interfere with anything. So one closer. It's going to use 2 engines. And I forgot the pump, of course. I'm placing the pump in the middle there. Actually, I gave this a lot more space. Yeah. Instead of making it one more narrow like that, I'm actually expanding it with 2. So all over there. Like so, I think. Let me start with the conductive pipes here just to make sure. So, conductive pipes. Oops. Do I need them taller? I have one taller, I think. So I can have one engine here. One engine there. The pump there. I don't want this pump to touch this. It doesn't matter. Actually, they are going to touch here. I'm going to put this gold pipe there, which means that it's going to touch these 2 engines. And I have them on me. Like so. And to the bottler. Like there. Yeah. Pretty it up a little bit. Nice, I think. I could start it. I need the engines needs water. Dig out a 5x2 infinite pool for water. Just to refill the buckets. And that should be okay, I think. I need to run the engines as well. The engines are going to be powered from, I think, the refinery. It's going to be red wire all the way down here. And if the red wire is on, then send a redstone signal, and that will turn the 2 engine on. But in addition to that, I also want to have a safety mechanism, which is why I have a gold gate and not an iron gate here. So if this any of the engine turns yellow, I want it to generate a blue pipe signal, and the blue pipe signal has to be off in order for this state to be on. So the red pipe signal must be on, the blue must be off in order for the engines to run. And so this signal here we are going to force the engines to turn off, basically. And next one, I think I have one iron gate here, normal one, yeah. So as long as this guy has work, work scheduled. Send a red signal like so. Actually, I need to prime this. I need to prime this a little bit. First of all, I need to give the engine some fuel to start with. And I also need to give this refinery some oil to start with. So I might need to power these engines a little bit in order to start the squeezer. This is my supply of biofuel, by the way. So it's not that I'm running out of fuel for engines, but this can be turned into IndustrialCraft energy, but we can't do that with oil. At least not with the mod pack I have. So turning this into EU would be better use for it. So I'm going to continue to refine oil and use oil instead. I'm going to prefer oil when it comes to, or fuel, fossil fuel, when it comes to Minecraft or BuildCraft energy. So I'm going to just give this engine one capsule here. I gave this just some more capsules, and it's slowly filling up here. I forgot something in this end here. I need to take the fuel out of the refinery, like so. And last but not least, the thing that will trigger the system, give the squeezer something energy. So this squeezer now has work to do. You can see that here. I can go the other way. Has work. So this squeezer is now telling the gate that it has work. So we can trigger that, and you can see that the engine turns on, and this is now working. So we will now get oil. So right now it is on, yeah, and there we got the first oil, and the refinery is moving very, very slowly with only one engine. But this fuel here will now go into this engine that will start, and that should give this refinery enough energy to operate at what I believe to be max speed. Any extra fuel, you can see that it's already saying fuel, which means that some fuel is in here. So we're going to create the system around this here now. First of all, fuel capsules should be extracted, and we're going to send empty capsules into the bottler pretty much the same way as we do oil capsules over here. Oops. And yeah, I have them. So in the same way. And if you can start here. If the hopper has space, let space in inventory, then send a red pipe signal. And if red pipe signal is on, then send a capsule. So this should give me capsules one at a time in this slot here. And of course the last thing here, extract the fuel capsules that ends up here must be extracted here. So this is the output chest. So that should be the entire build, I think. fairly straightforward, I believe. Now we just need to get more oil and more empty capsules. And we should be good. Actually, yeah, half and half. And now this system will work slowly but surely. And it will give me plenty of fuel. So this system should be good now. I have been asking myself, how much fuel is one refinery able to make? Right now, it is powering the fuel here will power two, or will fuel two, engines. Oh, must make sure that this is water. It does not have water. Why does it not have water? Ah, yeah. Alright, okay, so there is something wrong here with my piping. I need to rearrange it, so I need to send... this was bad planning. I knew there was something I had forgotten, so I lost some fuel there. So, like so, now the engines should be cooled as well. It's a good thing I added that safety mechanism here. Well, I guess it was the best is, of course, to discover problems like that before accident happen, but safety mechanisms is a good thing regardless, I think. But now they're filling up with water. So yeah, we are done. Yeah, this refinery will now produce. It looks like it's very slow here, but we also need to remember that one bucket of fuel will last almost 3 hours in a combustion engine, and even though this might look slow, it produces a lot more fuel than one bucket an hour. So I think we're good. And if it turns out that I need more refineries, it's a good excuse to create a new system. Made a very small base in a taiga here, just to do some bee breathing. I'm at the edge of a taiga, as you can see. And I already have glacial bees, actually, been cultivating them. So next step would be to create glacial bees able to work in a swamp. But right now they, as you can see, they require icy temperature or cold and humidity, normal humidity. I made a stop in my nether base as well to pick up some simmering combs. I've actually been breeding demonic bees and I've been trying to give them the ability to work in the swamp. But yeah, this system is still not, I'm still not happy with it. And there are multiple problems in both ends, so to speak. For example, right now, these centrifuges are empty most of the time because my alvearies and apiaries in this space doesn't really produce that many combs. Right now you can see that it's empty and it's idle and energy is filling up in the pipes here. Now I've never seen this blow up, so it doesn't cause any problems other than the fact that I'm using more fuel than I need to use. And then we have the opposite problem when I arrive from, for example, the Nether, and then suddenly have 4 stacks of comms that I want to process. Now this centrifuge will be busy with those stacks, and this is a lot of comms compared to what normally comes here. So now I actually suddenly have a problem with overflow. I run into problems where this centrifuge is unable to keep up with the normal incoming flow of comms. So yeah, incomplete. I'm not going to change this here in any of my episodes or in base B at all. I think I'm probably going to move a lot of the alvearies here, going to move them to base A, my main base. And the reason for that, we'll see, regen. The reason for that is that these bees are now able to work in the swamp. I have given them higher temperature and humidity tolerance, and yeah, so many good stuff. I don't think I can improve this bee any further. I have heard on Reddit that I could potentially gain access to flyer, but I don't think I can improve this bee any further other than that. So it's a time to move some of these bees to base A, and the plan is to create a larger and more dynamic processing system in base A. So yeah, don't copy the system down here. It's flawed basically. But yeah, I think that's enough for this episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.